Hello and welcome to NOAA's webinar series. Today our topic is our annual fundraising drive. Today we're going to talk about the 2012 Bowl-a-thon, shine the spotlight on albinism. Our presenter today is Sheila Adamo, our board chair, and she's going to walk us through a presentation on everything you needed to know about doing a NOAA Bowl-a-thon. Take it away, Sheila.
All right. Well, welcome to our first webinar on NOAA Bowl-a-thon STAR training. I think the most important thing, well, one of the most important things is to know the date, February 24th to the 26th, 2012. On this webinar, we will discuss you can ask questions about hosting your own bowl-a-thon. You can hear suggestions that we have gathered from former NOAA Veteran Party planners. I have personally talked with many people who have hosted bowl-a-thons. I have hosted 7, and I've done it different about each time, so I have a lot of experience doing different things. Each one is fun, and some things work better than others, and I could share some of those strategies with you. We can also discuss strategies for planning, promoting, and making the most of your event. First, let's start with what is a bowl-a-thon. A bowl-a-thon is a way for the albinism community to come together locally and in spirit across the United States and Canada while raising funds for NOAA programs. This has really grown in the last 7 years. It is a way to virtually hold hands on the same weekend under one cause, that being NOAA, and to really feel a part of a larger group while you're doing something good for the community. A lot of people will ask, where will the money go? Sorry, that's my phone. One of the places, and a very important place, is the 2012 National Conference, which is coming up this summer, of course. Parent services, which provide accurate information and support for parents about this rare condition. Adult services programs, online discussion groups and webinars featuring topics of interest to adults with albinism. Website redesign and enhancement. Youth services programs, which provide safe, healthy, and fun opportunities for youth with albinism to develop lasting relationships, build confidence, and create a toolbox for living with albinism. Outreach to the medical community, NOAA attendance at medical conferences to educate the medical profession on albinism. And these webinar series, monthly online sessions covering topics of interest to the albinism community, and the Hermansky-Pudlak Syndrome Network, which provides information for people with condition as well as medical professions who treat the condition. So as you can see, there's lots of reasons to get involved and support NOAA. These are all very meaningful ways to expand NOAA. What is the purpose of the Bowl-a-thon? We put this on here because it's really not only about raising money for NOAA and the programs that we just talked about. It has become so much more, like I stated earlier, to connect families in the albinism community. It's a way to get people together to raise awareness and educate about albinism beyond the NOAA community. We do that in a number of ways. Even if you're just going to your local bowling alley as a family, sometimes you approach the bowling alley. They'll give you donations, or they'll provide some kind of a break for you and your party or just your family. There's also ways to get the information. I have a more event type of thing with more people coming, and I don't think I've ever had a bowl-a-thon that somebody outside of who was bowling with us didn't ask me, what's going on here, and what's albinism? And it's really given me and my family a teaching tool, to provide education out there. One of the first things you need to decide is what should your approach be to doing a bowl-a-thon, because most people don't know what a bowl-a-thon is. And one of the important things is you need to decide first, do you want to bowl, do you want to skate, do you want to dance, those exercises. There's so many different things that you could do. Whatever your passion or whatever your hobby is, you could pull it into the bowl-a-thon weekend or weekend around it. Whatever really interests you, you can turn it into a way to get sponsors and a way to connect your community. Then you need to decide, depending on your life circumstances, what's going on around you, what your personality is. Actually, if you want to host an event, invite a bunch of friends, have a party, or if you would just like to be a part of the NOAA community and raise money, because you could do one or the other. You do not have to feel like you need to go out there and rent the whole bowling alley and go in your first time big. The first time, if you're trying to feel your way through this, you really could just, like I said earlier, just go bowl and collect money on events.org or pledges from family and friends and coworkers possibly. It goes beyond the NOAA community because you're asking other neighbors, family, friends to support NOAA, which is also a way to educate your neighbors, family, and friends about what albinism is. I have used this every year, and I have educated many people who normally I probably wouldn't run up to and tell them what albinism is. But because I'm raising funds, it gives that teaching opportunity that actually I feel really good about at the end, because they ask questions, and I feel like I've done a little bit of education after the conversation. The whole premise behind the Bowl-a-thon is the more people we can get involved. It's lots of people asking lots of other people for a little bit of money, which adds up to a lot of money. That it was the whole thinking behind having a national Bowl-a-thon. It's not about pulling in thousands and thousands of dollars. That's great if you can do that. But if everybody in the NOAA community raised $100, $200, we would have a great sense of community, and we would end up with a lot of money to go towards our programs. Another thing I'd like to stress is the importance, regardless of what you decide, if you want to host an event, if you want to skate, if you want to dance, we have a great tool called events.org, and you can go and you can set up your page. It's a way to be a part of the community. We have it set up per state. So we're kind of hoping to get representatives from each state. So let's say you live in Illinois like I do, you can go to the Illinois page and see who's bowling and see when and where, and if you'd like, and if you couldn't bowl, you could sponsor one of your friends on the events.org page. Events.org has a great system that you can send invitations, right? You set up your page, it makes it very easy to send that and the link to sponsor you to any of your emails, so they get to know about it. So to become a star for NOAA, it is 4 easy steps. I'm going to go over these quickly. You pick a day, time, and a place to bowl, skate, dance, or whatever you choose. The weekend designated for this is February 24th to the 26th. However, if that weekend does not work for you, you can choose a weekend before, after, or as long as you let us know, it could, it could be to your convenience, and you could still be part of this wonderful thing. So you need to, after you decide what you're going to do, you contact a bowling alley or wherever you want to host your event, and you reserve lanes to bowl, and then you join the events.org online. If you have questions or you run into any problems on events.org, we are here to help you. You just shoot us an email, and one of us will contact you. If you're not tech savvy at all, but you'd still like to do events.org, just let us know, and we can hook you up with a buddy to help you with this whole process. You can collect donations. There are pledge forms on events.org, and you received one in the mail. If you feel more comfortable collecting pledges and donations from your family and friends that way, going around like when you sell cookies or whatever, you can go door to door and ask someone to sponsor you and your family. You can do that too. And then don't forget to email your events.org page. I just go down my whole email list and I email it to everybody. Because again, it's a great way to educate on albinism to people that you might not normally talk to, but they may always wonder about it. You can publicize your event. Once you contact NOAA with the details of your event, we will spread the word. We will do. We make sure you post the details make sure you post details of your event on your Facebook page if you have one. I also created a Facebook event and sent it to everybody that we're friends with, me and my husband. So I think we invited 500 people to our Bowl-a-thon. Not that everyone would go, but on the Facebook page we also linked directly to the events.org page so that if they don't go and they want to sponsor us, they could do that. You can use Facebook also as a way to promote your event, to give friends multiple opportunities to donate. You know, if they misplaced your first email, if you keep Facebooking about it, they'll read that and remember about your event. Then you just have to bowl, collect money if you did collect pledges, and send it into NOAA. So when you bowl, now you can bowl throwing a bowling party or even a Wii bowling party. We've had some success with that in the past, which is you don't have to go anywhere. You can have your friends over, your kids' friends over, and bowl with the Wii bowling in your basement, and that could be very successful too. Regardless of your choice, you'll be joining hundreds of other members of the albinism community across North America in support of NOAA. Again, after that, you collect your money. For sponsors giving cash, remember to provide a cash donation receipt, which also can be found on events.org. And most importantly, have a ball bowling for NOAA. These are a few tips for a bowl-a-thon success. You know, plan ahead if you can. Book an event. Make sure we've had a lot of questions of how to go about doing this. So let's say you want to have a party, and there's so many different ways that you can make an event and make it real fun. You could, and I have done it every way, and I can say it just depends on what your thinking is and how involved you want to get in this. You can contact the bowling alley or whatever you choose to do, and they can give you like a birthday party package price. So instead of paying full price, they can give you a discounted price. If you tell them you're for a non-for-profit, a lot of them do give you like shoes for free or a discounted lane fee. So you could see what that fee is and then charge per person as they come, so that they pay you and then you pay the bowling alley. You could donate the cost if you chose to pay for everybody else's bowling. You can use raffles, silent auctions to enhance your event. This is a pretty easy thing to do, and if you need help doing it, please contact us. It's really just getting a letter saying the date of your event and that you're putting together a silent auction and going to some restaurants, some party places. If you're doing a kid event, a lot of birthday party places for kids like laser tag, and they have the trampoline places. A lot of them will donate a party, and then you can auction that off or have a raffle about that. And that's fun for the kids, and it also raises a lot of money. When you collect the pledges, when you use events.org and or mail invitations, team up with others in your area, encourage them to set up an events.org. We put that on there because if you choose to have an event and other people from the albinism community are deciding to come to your event, that's wonderful. If you could just maybe remind them also that they can have their own events.org page and collect their own money. You want them to be a part of your event, but they can also do their share and ask their family and friends to sponsor them. Don't forget to notify NOAA, because we do send out, we put it online, a link. Lori will put it online on a list linked from NOAA homepage, events.org, and blogs on the AOC about what is going on. We do also send out an email blast, a NOAA Now blast, that will go out advertising your event with a link to your event. A postcard will go out to each state listing the events in that state 2 weeks before the Bowl-a-thon. So we help you in organizing your event. That being said, if you want it just to be a small event, let us know what you're having and just let us know not to announce it to everybody, and we don't have to send that out. That, you know, some people don't want anybody else coming, and that is fine. Still, please do an event. Of course, have fun. All checks should be made out to NOAA. If you get cash, convert the cash to a check and send it with your other checks to NOAA. There is a claim prize form available online and in your packet if you would like a prize. Make sure you fill that out. Are there any questions from our listening audience, or any comments that I missed, or any things that you did that I did not include in my presentation?
Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to unmute your microphone. So if you have a microphone or you're on the phone, you'll be able to be heard. So, okay, does anyone have any questions?
I have a comment, actually. For people who are working, parents who have kids with albinism, our school allows us to send home a flyer to all the kids in the school. We're actually going to do a skate-a-thon. We're going to just have people come and skate for a couple of hours and raise money that way. But our local elementary school, because obviously I have kids in the school, will allow us, if we provide them with the flyer and the amount necessary for the school, to send a flyer home to the local community. Not every school allows this, but it's definitely worth checking out, because we've had, I would say, 4 or 5 people come last year who were just interested in skating and didn't mind doing it for a good cause. So that's something else to look into in terms of promoting the event.
That's a great bit of information. Thank you.
I have something to add, too. I think that the best suggestion that came to me out of the conference call last year was when you, Mike, said that you send it a letter to everybody on your Christmas card list looking for donations and pledges. And I took you up on that, and that really works.
You know, it's very intimidating to do that. The first time that I did that, I felt a great deal of trepidation when I put that, you know, fistful of envelopes in the mail. But it was really very touching and very gratifying to know that your friends and your family will support you on these sorts of things. You know, not everybody, but you know, a lot of people will be very sensitive to your request.
I think the more, this is Lee again from the future, and I think the more personal that you can make it and talk about, you know, what your experiences are and why this matters to you, without getting, you know, super gooey, but the more personal you can make it, the more people are apt to say, you know what, here's $10. And that $10 is $10 that we didn't have before, so it's a great way to start.
Great. Any other questions or comments? All right. You want to move on, Sheila, please? Yeah, as soon as I turn your microphone back on. Yeah, I'm sorry.
Okay.
I didn't know you got turned off.
That's okay. And I think Lee's idea about, I've sent flyers home too, and it is a great way to let your school know about albinism. I always put in there a couple little fun facts about my son Joey, and this was more in grade school, of course, but, you know, like, oh, a child with albinism, you know, like Joey might not be able to see you on a playground, things that I people might not actually even ever think of, but it's also on the invitation, so it's a fun way to get some facts out to your school. And I did get some random donations that were really fun to get from people that really surprised me when I did that. So thanks, Lee. That was a really good suggestion. So in summary, don't forget to give Noah the details of your event. Use Facebook. It's a good tool. It reaches lots of people. And like our 7th annual Bowl-a-thon page on Facebook for the latest updates and information. And of course, have fun. That is the most important thing. Also, send us your pictures and videos, and you can be part of our NOAA wall, and you can be part of our. We do some videos, and what you can make your child or yourself a star, and kids really do love to see themselves on the past success. In 2011, NOAA members raised $115,000 in donations through their Bowl-a-thon events. We are looking to match and beat that. You can be a part of this success too. Please do not hesitate to call or get help from us. We're always willing to talk to you. You can start small, you can go big, whatever you choose to do. Just do something, and you really won't be sorry. You'll be really pleased and touched by the outreach of your family and friends, I believe. And it sends a great message to parents. If you're a parent, it sends a great message to your family about getting involved and educating the community. So thank you for joining us, and thank you for listening, and hope that you host an event this year. Get out there and be a star for NOAA.